Welcome, everyone, to our monthly E3 Parent Summit. The purpose of our E3 Parent Summit is to engage our families, equip them with practical resources they can use, and empower them to succeed on their journey in independent study with the Blue Ridge Academy. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Anna Aguilar, and I am one of 4 fabulous family liaisons here to support our families and staff at the Blue Ridge Academy, along with Annalisa Carrillo, Shannon Eves, and Amanda Neve. We specialize in supporting our wonderful families in navigating the Blue Ridge's Parent Portal, Parent Information Center, Blue Ridge Bulletin, valuable podcasts we do, workshops, and vendor support. We also moderate all of our social media platforms for the Blue Ridge Academy. Please note that this session will be recorded for future viewing on our Blue Ridge Academy Parent Information Center, along with all of our other previously recorded sessions that you're welcome to view at a later time. To help this session run smoothly, here are a couple of requests that we have to begin. Please keep your microphones muted and your cameras off, and hold all questions until the end of our presentation. At the end, there will be an allotted time for the presentation for questions and answers with our presenters. Please take a moment and review our presentation guide today. And now, I would like to present our Assistant Superintendent, Director of SPED and Student Services, Dr. Loretta Burns.
Thank you, Anna, and thank you, E3 team. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to be here today. Thank you for taking the time to review the recording and our presentation. I am honored to be part of this team, and as we are deeply committed to supporting every student and family in our community. This afternoon, we will be talking about the Local Control and Accountability Plan, otherwise known as the LCAP. While the name can sound technical and be daunting, it is the core idea of our local control and funding formula goals supporting the school's progress. The LCAP is about something very simple: how we support our students, how we use our resources, and how we partner with you to ensure that every child has the opportunity to succeed. Your voice is critical in part of this process. This LCAP it's not just a document, it's a true reflection of our shared goals, priorities, and our values. And we want to take the time in working together to continue to hear from you, hear more information, and work as a community to better serve the students. Throughout this presentation, I want to make sure that I'm walking you through, along with all the other presenters, that we're walking through our goals and the services that we provide and how each of these are working to meet the needs of our diverse learners. However, most importantly, we hope that this will become a conversation with your input to help shape decisions we make moving forward. Again, thank you for joining us. And as you can see, going into the LCAP, this wonderful visual here with the umbrella is the pillars of the LCAP. We look at accountability, the goals, the services, the actions, and above all, engagement. Next slide, please. All right, so within our LCAP here at Blue Ridge, we have 4 goals, and this is a 3-year plan. Okay, so we are on our 2nd year of our 3-year plan, and this is goal 1 of the 4. Using a data-driven approach to increase math and ELA, that's English Language Arts, the ELA and math performance scores for both summative and formative assessments, which means our SBAC and our benchmarks, the STAR 360, and that, the internal data that we look at. So let's go into the actions to ensure that we are meeting this goal. All right, so under goal 1, we have various action items, and action number 1 is professional development. Here as a school, we've allotted a set of funds to ensure that we are providing professional development for our staff, which in turn will engage our students and support our families. We have as a second action item the parent education and resources. Again, allotted funds to ensure that we are increasing parent engagement and supporting our families to understand their roles and the expectations to further support their students. Action item number 3, we have within our title, student instruction and tutoring. So within these funds, this is an area we have placed a high amount with our funds because here we are really focusing on enhancing student instruction and tutoring, increasing participation, supporting our families, and this goes all the way from our tier 1 to tier 2 and tier 3. So we're looking at supporting English learners, supporting our long-time English learners, our homeless students, low-income students, foster youth students, students with disabilities, and our general Tier 1 students. So ensuring that as a school, we're providing support through both online and in-person services. Moving on to action number 4, that is focusing on student recognition. We've allotted a set of funds to ensure that we are increasing student motivation by recognizing our students for the progress they are making and ensuring that they also are getting validated for the time and energy and the successes that they are seeing as they're working on assignments and also focusing on graduation. So really overall, we want to make sure that we're supporting our students and recognizing them along the way, even struggling learners. Every step is progress made, and we want to make sure that we're capturing that as a school. Next slide, please. All right, so let's go in further, just looking at our data. Currently, you'll see our 2024-25 SBAC, that is our Smarter Balance Accountability, and which also this, as most of you know, it is our spring statewide testing. Within this, you can see the visuals below on this screen, which indicates Blue Ridge's data in the area of math for 2025 in comparison to our state data for 2025, and then again, the same for English language arts, Blue Ridge in comparison to the state. Looking at the math section, you can see here that again, there was an increase 9.6 points in our data in math. We are in the yellow range, and our goal is to move into the green, which means that we are exactly where the state want us, the green and above. As you can see here, our students have made progress, although this states that we are still below standards of where we are expected to be, which is that green line. Being on that yellow still shows an increase by 9.6 points in the previous year to the 2025 data. In comparison to the state, as you can see here, the cumulative state information and diagram here, they are also in the yellow, and they increased their points this year 5.2. So when we are comparing this, we see that Blue Ridge is clearly doing well in our increase and has gone beyond and above even the state's demographics and the state information and the state scores for students cumulatively across the board within California. So that is something we are very proud to share. Moving over to English language arts, again, you can see our arrow is in the yellow and our goal is to move it to the green. And here you can see that in 2025, we did make another set of increase with our points at 8.6 points. In comparison to our state standards, you can see the state, they increased by 5.1. So we are not in the green, but yes, we did make an increase. You could see our students did increase. And in comparison to the state, we were above the cumulative summary of what the state has within their data for English language arts. So in general, this is highlighting that we are not at our expected green color to make sure that our students are fully at standards and above or have met standards, but we are well on the way because again, as you can see, the increased points for both content areas is amazing. So math is still great, ELA is still great. Let's continue supporting our students so we can keep pushing through. This is another diagram for you to see how our English learners, the progress they are making. And you can see that we had 64.9% make progress towards their English proficiency. Now, this was an increase of 6.7. You can see our EL, English learner population, also maintained that progress for the 24-25 school year, which is, again, always very exciting. If you can see on the left-hand corner of the screen, we are in the green, which means that our students have met those standards and we are exactly where the state want us and above. Within this area, you could also see a breakdown by subgroups of how our students are functioning within the areas of demographics, outlining going back to our EL students and seeing that increase 6.7 for 57 students that took that LPAC assessment. And here is another visual showing the comparison between 2023-24 and 24-25. There was a decrease in performance between the 2 years, higher participation from 95 to 99%, which means thank you all, families are attending and students are taking part and being part of our testing, which is great. And this really is aligning to showing us a clearer picture for our student performance. So as you can see in 24 school year, in ELA, we were at 46% that met or exceeded standards. And in the 24-25, we dropped to 44%. In math, we were at 29% that met or exceeded standard. And in 24-25, we dropped slightly to 28%. So again, our goal is to continue supporting the student, quality of instruction, and just really encouraging that participation. And, some families have asked, well, does it matter what these scores are? What matters is our students' education. What matters is their achievements. What matters are their goals and their graduation. But this is an exciting visual to show that our students are learning, our teachers are working hard, and you as the learning coaches are also working hard. And this community is supporting our students overall. Next slide, please. All right, and this visual provides the description so that you can see internally what that benchmark looks like. That's Star 360 data. You can see continued success in participation rates from 98% to 99% in early literacy. And you could also see the numbers down below providing the proficiency rates remaining stable across our content areas, early literacy from 87 to 85, reading from 81 to 80, and math from 75 to 76%. So you could see we are remaining stable as students. Over the years, you could see that growth, and even where it has dipped has been a slight dip. However, again, even in early literacy, there has been that positive shift and fewer non-readers in the first and second grade, showing strong alignment of our test assignments by grade level. So when you get the time, just peruse the visuals and you'll be able to get a better understanding of what this data means to us and how we use this data to continue to guide instruction. All right, and then just wrapping up a summary of the goal and the action items. Again, as I mentioned earlier, our funding in this area is focused on professional development, the parent resources, student achievement. Next slide, please. And just being able to continue supporting our students as we move through. And you'll hear again some of the overlaps from Goal 1 as Goal 2, 3, and 4 are shared.
Thank you, Dr. Burns. My name is Jennifer Marone, and I am here with Goal 2. So this is to create systems and structures that provide multiple personalized learning paths to increase the cohort graduation rate to close the achievement gap. Next, thank you. So our action item number 1, professional development specific to progress coordinators and high school students. So this is to maintain that student achievement and to increase that. And we are having our progress support coordinators monitor and support HSTs and our students to ensure that students are not slipping through the cracks with any kind of those curriculum that they are taking online. Our action item number 2, professional development, bridging middle and high school transition support. So this is talking about the informational professional development and talking about how we're bridging the middle to high school gap and ensuring that our students are prepared for that transition. And our action item number 3, counselor support, professional development, talking about our counselors, our high school counselors, and that ongoing communication between the families, learning coaches, homeschool teachers, case managers in the case of special education students, and ensure that those students are meeting graduation requirements. We want to make sure that all of our students are fully supported. Next slide. So again, this is just an overview talking about our progress support coordinators, how they're monitoring online curriculum, talking about monitoring engagement, including those adopted online courses and AG guides, all of the collaboration, all of us working in tandem to make sure that our students are supported and are successful. We have our high school content specialists, we have high school success coordinators, high school counselors that again are supporting our students for that graduation and college and career readiness success. We have our referrals for tiered intervention, mental health supports, and this can come into play when we have noncompliance or when we see students need some extra support and we investigate that. We've expanded graduation tracks, including an alternative diploma track for students who qualify, and talking about the enrichment funds for learning coaches through their Procurify, $350 for professional development for our learning coaches. And then counselor presentations. We have our college week, our college and career readiness, and all sorts of wonderful opportunities for our students to investigate and be successful. So we have our graduation rate, and on that left and on the right, we have college and career readiness. We are in the green for the graduation rate. We did increase by 1%, and an increase is an increase, no matter how small. And although we are in the yellow for college and career readiness, as you know, we can see it's maintained about. So we're working on increasing that with all of our continued support. Thank you.
All right, and good afternoon. Thank you, Jennifer. My name is Tiasha Robinson, and I'll be going over goal 3. This goal specifically focuses on connecting and improving our communication with our educational partners. So that includes parents, teachers, staff, and others. And then we also want to increase their feedback on the surveys that we complete or that we send out to them, which is called the climate survey. Okay, so we have some action items that we focus on, and the first one has to do with enhancing our communication channels. Enhancing the communication channels is not just with the parent and teacher, but we also like to, our goal is to increase that communication between the departments within the school site, as well as some of those other educational partners, whether that be with the HST or the homeschool teacher, as well as the special education teacher or the parent in the HST. So overall, it's us increasing the or enhancing the communication channels that are provided at the school site. We also would like to strengthen the partnership with our families and other educational partners. So what we've done, and here are some of the things that we have implemented at our school site, such as the climate survey that goes out. The climate survey is a big piece of goal number 3 because the survey allows for all of those educational partners to provide their feedback of how they feel about the school. This survey is sent a myriad of ways. More recently, we introduced the QR codes as a way in which the families can communicate with or not communicate, but I'm sorry, complete the survey. We also have the parent bulletin in which the survey is presented, as well as the weekly bulletin. And it's also showcased at community connection events, testing events, and even word of mouth. That climate survey, again, provides families, staff, and again, all educational partners the opportunity to communicate in an anonymous manner what they feel the school is doing for them and how they feel about our school. Other ways that we increase our student outcomes, because that is really our main priority, is, of course, improving the outcomes of our students here at Blue Ridge. We have the increased collaboration for the non-compliance meetings. During that process, I know it may seem as though has a negative connotation, but we found that the non-compliance meetings have organically become a way in which the families and the school staff are able to work together to better support the needs of the students. So that additional admin support during that meeting leads to other resources that may be needed for the student that you may not have found was necessary had that student not gotten to a point in which there was a concern and the school jumps in to support. So that was another a resource that we provide. Additionally, the SPED department has what's called learning centers for students in grades 8 through 9. And those students can come into a room and receive support from a specialized academic teacher. Oftentimes, it might be their case manager, but a team of teachers are waiting in the room to offer support on their general education curriculum or any type of school-related assignment that needs to be completed. We've also increased our office hours for parents. We have the high school team, which has a similar program, and they have an online resource room. We provide monthly parent workshops. There are many emails that are sent to families from the special education teachers to find they are um, having any concerns that the teacher or case manager needs to be aware of. Next slide, please. Then we have our family liaisons. Here you are, the E3 Parent Summit, right? This is another way in which we're increasing our communication with families. We have the podcast, Learning Coach launch week, Instagram, and Facebook websites specifically related to our school and all of the different offerings. And then for our English language learners, we have the DLAC meetings to provide additional information for those EL specific students. And those meetings also have a parent workshop that's involved. And funds are used from the parent education funds to help support that group. Next slide, please. All right, so right as of now, the details on this graph here has to do with our climate survey. It's really important that we get those surveys completed by the parents, the students, the staff. To date, you will see that there has been an increase for most areas of the parents responding, and the students and the staff. Our goal is always 100%. So when you get that survey, and it will be provided to you here at the end of this session, please complete it, get it in there for us. And again, it's anonymous. So we're looking forward to hearing your real-time feedback. And then I'll hand it over to Goal 4. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nicole Cruz, and I'm going to be presenting on Goal 4. Goal 4 is to identify eligible students, build awareness, and increase utilization of current support services for low-income foster youth and homelessness, and our English language learners. Next slide. All right, and we have 5 action items for Goal 4. The first one is professional development, and that's just increasing services and awareness for our foster and homeless youth, our ELs, low-income students within the school. Action item 2 is ELD curriculum. We've recently adopted and implemented a research-based standards aligned curriculum for our ELD students, and increase our language acquisition for our LTELs, that's our long terms. Action item 3, increase SEL positive action referrals. And that's just increasing awareness of positive action groups offering to all students. with an increased percentage of referrals from the low income. Action item 4, increase EL support classes, adding additional writing support classes, increasing English language proficiency, progress, attendance, language acquisition to further support our LTELs. Action 5 focuses on our low income and tier 2 supports. So basically, developing a data-driven system to monitor the progress and needs of all of our tier 2 interventions enrolled in socioeconomically disadvantaged students in the area of math, to better understand and to better address and monitor the needs in the area of math performance. Next slide. Okay. Our action items and correlated priorities. Action item 1, a priority has been parental involvement, family engagement, building awareness, decision-making, and promotion of family participation in the educational process for all our unduplicated students. The implementation, what we've been doing, we've provided educational partner trainings and meetings, workshops through the E3 Summit, curriculum planning, monthly meetings with HSTs, intervention classes. Content specialists have provided open office hours for all students enrolled in high school. And monthly community connections, events, and field trips. And parents are allowed to use a portion of their students' planning amount for parent workshops. And for our action item 2, ELD, addressing a course of study where programs and services are developed to English learners, students with disabilities, foster youth, and home and low income. Our implementation is we've adopted the English 3D curriculum to help support and address needs of our unduplicated students. Next slide. Continuing on parental involvement and family engagement, building awareness and decision-making, the implementation, referrals for individual counseling and positive action groups have been tracked. And this information is provided to parents via the Parent Information Center, newsletters, staff, and meetings. Action item 4, increasing EL support classes. This is a course of study where programs and services are developed to provide English learners and students with disabilities, foster youth, homelessness, and low-income students. The implementation, we've added writing support classes for all grades, with grades 3 to 12. There's a tutoring through the branches learning, and that's provided to all students in all core subjects. And then the DLAC, of course, meets to address the needs of our EL students. Action item 5, our low income tier 2 support in the area of math. So pupil outcomes addresses other indicators in student performance. We have test scores on the LCAP, STAR 360, and CASP, and then reclassification rates and grading. We have a new program that we've been implementing this year, started last year, and it is the Math 180 curriculum. Next slide. Is that it?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we have gone through our goals, and I will turn it over to Dr. Burns to kind of bring it all together.
Thank you so much, Anna, and thank you, presenters. So on this slide, we can see a list of all the wonderful surveys that should be a click of a button to have us hear from you. Okay, so we're going to send this out, put this in the chat, and also your HSTs, your case managers have shared these. It's in our the bulletin, our newsletters. So please take the time. It will take you a minute, maybe less. We welcome your feedback. We want to hear from you. Students, staff, parents, our community, this is for you. The more we hear from you, the more it can shape and guide the decisions we make here as a school to continue to support the students, support you as our parents, and also support our community. So please take a moment. And all of these surveys are anonymous, so we won't know who you are, so you can speak freely. They are anonymous, but please take a minute and help us to reach our goals, which is to reach you. And click on the surveys. We have it both in English and Spanish. If you need another language, reach out to your HST or your case manager and let us know. We can provide that. Just take a moment, and we are excited to hear from you as you support and help us with our decisions to navigate the success of Blue Ridge. Thank you.
And thank you, Dr. Burns, and your entire team. This is so wonderful, though, that our families, even our students and staff have the opportunity to share and have an impact on the school, and that the school is open to listen and to be open. And with all of these statistics that you shared and all of the improvements and even being open to say, hey, we have to improve in here. We want to get to that green. I appreciate that. And that even as a parent helps us to say, yes, we can do this together. We can do this as a school. We can do this as a team with our parents, with our teachers, and with our students all together. So thank you so much for breaking all of this down for us and helping us understand where the funds are being allocated, where we are putting our focus, where our supports are coming from. Sometimes it just can seem so big and so overwhelming, but visually being able to see all that you have shown us, all of the goals, and just breaking it down in those smaller chunks is so super, super helpful. So thank you so much. We appreciate you and your team. We will definitely have this available for our families. And also, if you have any questions, again, you are welcome to call our family liaisons. Our email is at the bottom, familyliaisons@theblueridgeacademy.com. Also, we have a QR code up there that says scan me. You are welcome to use that. We have a survey available if you would like to give us your feedback on how our E3 summits are going. If there are any subjects that you feel you would like us to be a resource for, or a subject that you would like us to present, please feel free to add that. Also, next month, we would love you to come back. It's the third Wednesday of every month, and that would be April 18th. We are going to start a subject called Conscious Parenting Workshop. We have two wonderful speakers coming in. One will be talking about our elementary ages on conscious parenting, and then another speaker will be talking on for the upper graders, middle school through high school. And so that way we can have all of the ages represented. We really appreciate you coming and watching this video to get yourself informed. We appreciate you being part of our school, and we want to do our best for your students and their success. Thank you so much for participating and for being here. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Take care.